What's up, everybody? Before we get to discussing the topic at hand, I would like to ask you to follow me, share my content on different platforms, subscribe to me on my YouTube channel, and also become a member if you like what I do. Now, let's get to the topic. I want to give you an example of what Trump just did when he saw the bond market move and then he changed his whole ideology for 90 days. So the bond market did this, and Donald Trump flinched. That's what just happened. Now, on the outside looking in, for a neophyte, you just see that he saw that Americans were going to hurt, so he pulled back. Even though he didn't care about you hurting for all those days that you lost all your money, you still haven't gotten it back. You even lost money even today. So that doesn't say he cares about you. No, none whatsoever. What Donald Trump just did was tantamount of showing his hand, his weakness. And what does that say to the person he put 145% today tariffs on? That Donald Trump has a weakness. You see those bonds shifting? China owns hundreds of billions of dollars of our debt. Yes, they do. You didn't hear them flinch about anything. They didn't even make a move that we know of. It's not in the news. Had they, we'd be talking about their weakness. But instead, we're talking about Trump's. Now, what does that do for China? They know his weakness. So if they really wanted to make a deal with Donald Trump and to shut his trap, they would do something to the bond markets. But people would say, but they can't be like going against the market because they would lose money and they would also lose trust in other countries that own our debt. That would be true. So they can't do it just to retaliate. They have to do it a different way, which Donald Trump opened the door for. Why? Donald Trump put a tariff on everybody, not just China. And what it appears now is that he's more focused on China than anybody else. They're the bad actors in his mind. And also, the guy who's running it literally said they know who the bad actors are.
You might even say that he goaded China into a bad position. They responded. They have shown themselves to the world to be the bad actors. And we are willing to cooperate with our allies and with our trading partners who did not retaliate. It wasn't a hard message. Don't retaliate. Things will turn out well.
So now we see their hand. You think China didn't? Of course they did. They're strategic, obviously smarter than Trump or anybody we have in office. So they thought they got the upper hand. They thought they made China look bad. But in all honesty, America looks horrible, not trusted, flaky, going back on negotiations that they had with countries that isn't even up yet. The USMCA, it's 6 years before they can be able to make a difference than what it was already in there. And if they did come with to making a difference, all of the countries had to agree. And in this case, only America had a problem. Canada and Mexico were good. After all, this was the deal that Donald Trump made with them and thought was the best deal.
And the most important trade deal we've ever made by far. It's my great honor to announce that we have successfully completed negotiations on a brand new deal to terminate and replace NAFTA and the NAFTA trade agreements with an incredible new U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement called USMCA. It sort of just works. MCA.
So you're not a good faith actor here, America, especially when we're led by Trump. So why would these countries ever trust us? China sits in the cut and watches America fucks their own reputation up. China hasn't flinched. They haven't said anything other than reciprocate the tariffs. 86%, he went 125. Donald Trump went to 145 today. They're sitting back. You have to understand the steady hand is going to win. Donald Trump is flipping around like a fish all over the place, trying to find China's pain point. Well, think about this for a second. If I'm a country that owns a lot of your debt, hundreds of billions of dollars of your debt, I don't have to own a majority of American debt to make the markets feel flaky about you. And then all those other people who own a lot of your debt too start to do the exact same thing I do. But not because I'm retaliating, but because all I have to do is say that country is not steady, it's inconsistent. Therefore, the dollar starts to shift, get weaker, because they'll just say, we're not retaliating against America, but we have to sell off some stuff because they don't seem to be steady. They don't seem to be trustworthy. And all these other countries will see that, and they too will start to sell and say that America is just not the country it used to be. And everybody around the world will agree with him, because think about it. He threw tariffs on everybody when he really only wanted China. Even the person who threw tariffs on us reciprocated, right? The EU, Canada, Mexico, they're not in on this deal of the 145. They're not going after them. They even lied and said that China was the only one that actually went against America's tariff war. We told y'all to chill and everything will be okay. And China did not chill. Well, neither did Canada, and they're not a part of it. Neither did Mexico, they're not a part of it. Neither did the EU, and they're not a part of this crazy tariff anything right now, are they? So you let us know your hand again, which does what to China? It lets every country around the world open their doors to talk to China. And China will say, look what they're doing to you guys just to make a deal with us. We have no problem making a deal. And as you can see, every time they want to make a deal, we're ready to talk. They're the bad actors, not me. I've been waiting and just throwing tariffs back on them after they throw them on me. They're the aggressor. They're the bad actor. All these other countries that don't like us anyway are going to join with China, correct? Why would you go to America? You don't like us. We were arrogant, thinking we're number one, right? Exactly. So now, a person like me who sees the strategy of playing actual chess and not checkers knows that China has the upper hand right now. And if other countries don't capitulate and hold off, then America looks weak. This is why Donald Trump says 75 plus, because he's trying to make it look like other countries are running to him. You haven't heard China say a word. This would mean, normally, in a negotiation, that they're winning. Letting Trump drown himself, because he's going to have to come up with these 75 plus deals. And they're going to have to be better than they were before. And if these deals don't come to fruition, China is the winner. They don't have to do anything but watch America shoot itself in the foot with their leader. See how easy this actually is and how idiotic Donald Trump and his team are? They don't even see that China's winning without saying a word. Without saying a word. I'm done.